Velocity TV begins now.
Well, I was hoping to come up with something catchy to open up the show this evening, but to be completely honest, it's just Tuesday, and I really got nothing. But good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity TV, here live tonight at the Kokomo Speedway, Kokomo, Indiana. Hang out with the guys over at the Sim Addicts Racing League. A great night of racing here. Pro late models on tap, and a very healthy field of race cars here, as you could expect from these guys at the Sim Addicts. So welcome to the show, everybody. Live tonight on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Phil the Cast here, along with my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, as always, on the controls for us at Full Velocity TV. And Todd, a banner night here. 1 week late for us. I got to thank Mr. Piles and Mr. Wayne Scott and Jack Truman for being here on this series last week as we were away. But our first look at the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series is going to be a fun night of racing.
Definitely going to be a fun night of racing. Cannot wait to see what's in store for us tonight. A lot of heavy hitters in the house here at the Sim Addicts Racing League and live on Full Velocity TV. A lot of cool things going on here. If you guys have noticed, the layout has changed here on Full Velocity TV. We're going to throw a lot at you here in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of days even for that matter.
Well, getting my first peek at that on the screen, it all looks great. A lot of work being put into that, and it looks pretty dang snazzy, I do have to say. So hope you guys will enjoy that. Got a whole lot of cool things of information we can give here over the course of the night, and now going to be a very, very awesome evening of racing for these guys over at Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series, and a very, very healthy field of race cars in this evening. Heat racing action about to fire up to the speedway right now in the middle of qualifying. So Todd, with the grace of God and pushing some of those great new buttons you got down there, just show us what our current qualifying times are.
Going down through the list here and just looking at the current qualifying times, those numbers who have been grayed out or even X'd out, their colors are too close to their background. We pull these exactly from iRacing as they come down along, so hopefully these guys can get that straightened out here. But the 07 of Hayden Cardwell leads the top time there with a 12.403, 118 of Joshua Hessen in a 12.486. And Russell Snelling's a 111, 12.501. Just look at the times are still coming in here. Sim Addicts Racing, and we're going to keep this up. This is the top 20 qualifying times, and we got about a minute 19 left.
All right, so qualifying times going up on the screen. I got a little bit of a report, Todd, that somebody wasn't hearing us go through, but I hear our sound just fine here on my end. So whatever report that was, I don't know if that's an accurate description or not, but I was definitely hearing myself talk. I'm not sure. Maybe it was your mic that was muted. Not ever sure, but I did hear the whisper button come through. Hey, there was no sound from you guys. So I wonder, Todd, if we throw it back to you as you put qualifying times back up there, huh? What was that mic? Maybe a tad bit muted again? All right, so looks like we'll be ready to go here with heat racing action in just a couple of seconds or so. With the last seconds of qualifying going on the board, it looks like it's going to be Hayden Cardwell with that 12.403 going to set tonight's quick time. The only other driver in the 12.4 bracket, Joshua Hessen in the number 118, a 12.486. 12.500 for Russell Snelling, so that puts him third quick. So great time. So these guys, it's going to take us into heat racing action here tonight, Todd, as I'm clicking through and seeing where the information stacks up of how many heats it looks like going to be. Looks like we're on tap for 4 heat races, 8 laps in distance, top 3 transfer onto the feature event. So Todd, why don't you, by the grace of God and all the new widgets you got, why don't you take us through the order for heat race number 1? All right, I'll take you through heat race number 1 as I'm overwhelming the guy with all these new buttons. He's going to learn how all they work, and I like to tease him on the fly here. So here we go with heat race number 1 on the pole. Tonight's quick qualifier, car number 07 of Hayden Cardwell, and alongside of him in the 442, that is Jordan Casey. In row number 2, in car number 50, we find Jason Lineweaver, and alongside of him is Dylan Thornton aboard car number 38. In row number 3, we find car number 25, Jeremy Freeman, number 97 alongside, that is David Sutton. And in the 4th and final row, aboard car number 515, that is Chris Cox. And scheduled off next is car number 28 of Kendall Tucker. So the call is for 8 cars. I'm not sure we have all 8. I'm not sure if Kendall is going to make the call here, but I think 7 of the 8 should certainly be there. We've got said 8 laps of distance here for heat race number 1. Top 3 will transfer on, and I don't know, Todd, first time I've seen these guys out with the Pro Late models. I have no idea what to expect, but the Pro Lates are fun, and Kokomo, usually a pretty fun little racetrack.
Have to agree with you, Phil. It's a fun racetrack out here, and I'm looking over my microphone. I think something was awry here. The kids have been messing with it once again, and things were going awry. So I apologize if the sound was cutting out. It's probably on my end. I apologize for that one, guys. But look at this heat race, action-packed here with the 07 of Hayden Cardwell. The quick time here tonight, starting on the pole of heat race number 1. You're waiting for that green flag. Green flag's in the air, and the hammer is down the front straightaway into turn number 1. It's Hayden Cardwell to the top shelf. The 442 of Jordan Casey down to the bottom, but making quick work of Casey is that number 38 of Dylan Thornton. Thornton on the top shelf.
Yeah, it was Thornton there with that top shelf run on the racetrack off the outside wall. I think we'll see a lot of that here tonight. Him and Jordan Casey side by side. Give it to Thornton. Now Jordan going to lose that 3rd spot to Jason Lineweaver in the 50. Look at these guys dart off of 3 and 4 up front. Race leader right now, Hayden Cardwell in the 07 car off of turn 2.
Yeah, Hayden Cardwell leading this event here right now in that 07 machine is definitely the quickest car out there on the speedway. Dylan Thornton, contact maybe between Thornton and Lineweaver. They make a lot of contact over there in the corner, and they continue to make contact. Short track racing at its finest, and around goes the number 50 machine in a knot there. The 38 looked a little upset there, maybe with the 50 machine, and they're exchanging blows and more blows there. Oh that was not called for there going through the corner. That was, I'm not sure about that one, Phil.
That looked like a blatant stuff job right there. That's a tough break there, but Hayden Cardwell leading the field in the 07. We have Jordan Casey right now in the 442 running second. David Sutton's 97 car. He is up the 3rd, trying to break free. He's got 2 seconds on Jeremy Freeman. That's for the last transfer spot. We got 2 to go from the stand for Hayden Cardwell.
Hayden Cardwell doing a fantastic job now down to the bottom side. Going to get the white flag in the air for that 07 machine. He's letting it dig down into turn 1. Huge gap there. Makes a little bit of contact with the wall. Jordan Casey not going to be able to do anything with him, though, as they come down to the 3 and off of turn number 4 for the final time. Picking up heat race number 1 will be the 07 of Hayden Cardwell. Looks like he just ran out of fuel coming across that line, Phil.
Sure did. Just enough fuel to get by, but Hayden Cardwell taking down the win in heat race number 1. 2 is going to be Jordan Casey, and 3rd going to be David Sutton aboard car number 97. So those will be your 3 that transfer in there. We saw a lot of explosions going on there, Todd, as there were some unhappy race car drivers, some stuff jobs, and not exactly sure what we can call that there. We'll call that as we see it. So apologize, you guys, for the link out there. It does say Lima Land. That's what I was originally told, but I tried to make a quick change to make that all reflect as Kokomo. So we're definitely here at Kokomo, not in Lima, Ohio. We're in Kokomo, Indiana. Heat race number 2 about to come to the racetrack, and here is how this 8-car field is scheduled to go off. On the pole will be the 118 of Joshua Hessen. Alongside of him, car number 30 is J.D. Brown. Row number 2, we find the 225 of Trevor Biddling, the 14 of Dylan Hutchison alongside. Along in row number 3, car number 56 is Taylor James. Jonathan Smith rolls off next aboard car number 23 in our final row. The 022 of J.D. Sass and the number 44 car of Charles Silvis Jr. So there you have it. 8 more drivers going to take their turn for 8 more laps around, and the top 3 transfer on to our main event coming up here in a little while. Got some alphabet soup still left to play, so strap in. Going to be a lot of fun as we're green flag racing Kokomo. Josh Hessen and J.D. Brown lead the field to turn 1.
Yeah, Josh Hessen right now is in the top spot there in the 118 machine. J.D. Brown running in that second spot. We will have points for everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook here in just a little bit. We can show you the top 20 in points here live on Full Velocity TV. But Joshua Hessen in the number 118 machine leading the charge here with J.D. Brown running in that second spot. Third is Trevor Bitterling in that number 225 machine. And fourth is Jonathan Smith in that number 23 machine. The 44, Charles Silvis Jr., running in his 5th position.
Yeah, Silvis on the back now, started last on the field. He's trying to make a bid for 4th. He's going to dive underneath that white car up high. That 4th place running number 23 of Jonathan Smith. Look at that run there through the corner. Good battle between him and Charles Silvis. Looks like Silvis may pick up that spot back up front. It is all right where we left it off here as we hit halfway. Josh Hessen leading J.D. Brown and Trevor Biddling. Their race is still on there from 4th on back. Smith now able to hold off Silvis.
Yeah, Smith right now holding on to the top shelf of the Speedway. The 44 now dives down to the bottom, side by side. Still a slider on the number 23 of Jonathan Smith. Smith not able to recapture that spot there as he pulls a slider of his own, but the 44 of Charles Silvis up on the top shelf, able to make it work and let it eat up there, and he's going to get around the number 23 machine of Jonathan Smith.
Good pass there off of turn number 4. A white flag going to go in the air. One more trip around the quarter mile for our race leader, the 118 of Joshua Hessen. J.D. Brown for 2nd. Trevor Biddling running 3rd into 3 and 4 for the final time. Give the heat win to car number 118. A very good little race there as J.D. Brown made one last attempt. It's going to fall just a bit short. Hessen onto victory lane. J.D. Brown, Trevor Biddling pick up transfer spots. Charles Silvis, Jonathan Smith, those make up your top 5 through 2 heat races here. We've got 2 more left to go, so if Todd has the ability to do so, here's heat race number 3's lineup.
As we are going through the live grid here, Phil, starting on the pole, driving the number 111, that's Russell Snellings. Outside of him will be Tim Christensen in the number 27 machine. Troy Stuckwich will start the next row back in that number 24 machine. Outside of him will be the 224, that's Andrew Hawkins. Next row back, starting in the 5th starting position, that's the number 60 machine of Kyle Pearson. And his dancing partner outside is Scotty Grabneski in the 00 machine. Sorry if I slaughter that name. Going to be new here. I didn't get a chance to meet some of these guys here this evening. Starting in 7th is going to be the number 21 of James Webb, and his dancing partner outside the number 99, that's Justin Sick.
So there you have it. 8 more drivers going to take their trek around for 8 more laps, and this one ought to be fun. Russell Snellings and Tim Christensen up front. Troy Stuckwich, Andrew Hawkins at 2nd row. That is a very fast first 2 rows. Only 3 will transfer out into the main event here off of turn number 4. Believe we're going to go green flag racing next time around, so give Russell Snellings one more trip behind the iRacing.com pace truck. Believe this time off of turn number 4. We'll see him make his way onto pit road. As thought I did see lights up. He'll pull off there in the back chute now. So it's going to set the stage for the field. Russell Snelling's going to have charge of this field to bring it back. Tim Christensen alongside aboard car 27 through 3 and 4. Throttle pedal down. Green flag in the air. Snelling's going to make the quick jump into turn number 1 and 2. Going to leave outside car Christensen leaving to fight for his life there. He'll hold on in 2nd. Good drag race down the back chute to turn 3.
Yeah, Christensen right now holding on to that 2nd spot to 24. Troy Stuckwich right there in that 3rd spot, looking for a way around that number 27 machine coming off the corner, trying to get around, like I said, the 27. He's looking low there, but the 111 of Russell Snellings, he is doing a fantastic job running the bottom there for a little bit through 3 and 4. They're up top on 1 and 2, but it seems like 3 and 4, that's where the 111 was making some moves there. But now he's up to the top shelf for the Speedway, protecting that, because that's normally where it goes here at Kokomo. So right now it's 1, 2, 3. These guys single file, even 4th single file. That's Kyle Pearson holding on to that 4th spot.
Yeah, certainly is. All single file up front, all chasing Russell Stellings. Christensen in for that second spot. Final transfer right now. Troy Stuckwish, Kyle Pearson there fourth. And a little gap back to him when we find the 224 of Andrew Hawkins running in the fifth spot. Off of the corner for Snellings. We're going to complete lap number 5, begin lap number 6. So already next time around, we will see Popsicle 6 of the air. These guys not messing around tonight through 3 and 4. 2 to go, signal goes down. 2 more trips around for Russell Snellings.
Yeah, Russell Snellings doing a fantastic job out there in the lead last time by 12.487. Christensen a tick faster with a 12.485, and I mean a tick faster. Not enough to make any type of ground white flag going to go in the air. For the 111 of Russell Snellings, unchallenged here in heat race number 3. Down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. And off of turn number 4 picking up heat race number 3. That's going to be the 111 of Russell Snellings.
Snellings will take down the win. Christensen in for second. Third going to be Stuckwich in the 24. Kyle Pearson fourth, and Andrew Hawkins going to round out your top 5. That one is a little less anticlimactic than I thought it would be, but we're through three heat races, and now we got the fourth and final one coming out to the racetrack. So let's see if we can dive to the starting lineup here. Aboard car 269, that is James Grace on the pole, and alongside in the 129, that is Curtis Upoff. In row number 2, we welcome back number 331, Dustin Hall, and alongside of him in number 1, that is Christopher Miller. In row number 3, car number 18, Bo DeYoung rolls off next with the number 115 of Jed Barton alongside. In our fourth and final row, car number 33 of Michael Clay scheduled next to the number 54 car of Mitch Stiles going to round out our field. So 8 more drivers, 8 more trips around. Final attempt to qualify here before we play Alphabet Soup in a couple of minutes here, Todd. So this one here may take a little bit more of a fever pitch. There's some really good cars with this one too. James Grace, Curtis Upoff on the front row, Dustin Hall, Christopher Miller has always been quick. You've got Bo DeYoung back there and Jed Barton, who's shown a lot of talent recently. I wonder where this one is going to be. 8 more trips around. We'll put those final 3 in, punch 12 tickets into the feature, and then we'll move on to what it looks like is scheduled to be the D main. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be a good time. You're locked and loaded to the right place here tonight, fellas. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Like it, share it, follow it, interact with us, guys. We are here all night to serve. We'll have a good time. Off of turn number 4, green flag going to go in the air, and James Grace going to lead Curtis Upoff into turn number 1 and 2. Little contact there. Curtis going up in the outside wall of that tangle for second.
Yeah, Curtis had a little bit of contact with a 331 machine of Dustin Hall. Hall overdrove it just a tad bit into the corner, I do believe, but Upoff up on the top shelf of the speedway right now, holding on to that second spot. James Grace right now pulling away as fast as he can there in the 269 machine, trying to keep himself out of trouble because Kokomo is really tight there. The 129 machine of Upoff running in second. Bo DeYoung in the number 18 machine having a good run, already up to the third spot. Fourth is the number 1 of Christopher Miller.
Miller right there. You got Jed Barton's 115 also in the mix as well. So those guys having a good job going through it. 3 cars battling for that final transfer spot. James Grace leading Curtis Upoff. Then it's anybody's guess for third on back. DeYoung currently holding onto the spot, but you've got a couple of really good cars there. Jed Barton, Christopher Miller, even Dustin Hall on the edge of that one as well. Good 4-car battle for the transfer spot there, Todd. We're halfway home.
Yeah, we just seen the number 1 machine of Christopher Miller go upside down, and those guys making heavy contact through the field. We got 3 laps remaining here for James Grace as he's going to flash by that start-finish line. So Popsicle 6 in the air, 2 more trips around the speedway for James Grace aboard the number 269 Upoff. Still running in second, Bo DeYoung in the number 18 machine running in that third spot. And Jed Barton right now rounds out your top 4.
Yeah, those guys really were going at it well. And now top 3 has kind of all trickled itself out here as white flag on the speedway. One more time around for your race leader, of course, car number 269 of James Grace off of turn number 4. James going to pick up the checkered flag. We got Curtis Upoff in for second. Bo DeYoung going to finish up third there with that final transfer. Jed Barton fourth. And Mitch Stiles going to run out our 5 cars there in the top 5. Only top 3 go in. So we're through our 4 qualifying events here, Todd. And that's going to move us up into the C main. C main going to be 12 laps in distance. The top 5 will transfer on into the B, and this C main has a lot of names in it. 12 cars strong, so if you got a chance or do you need me to do, can you take us through starting lineup? All right, I'll let him push the buttons. That's what he's good at doing. We'll do a little talking here. On the pole will be car number 50, Jason Lineweaver with the 022 of J.D. Sass alongside. In row number 2, the number 00, Scotty Grabinski. And on the outside of him in the 331 is Dustin Hall. The 38 rolls off in the 5th spot. That is Dylan Thornton with the number 14 car of Dylan Hutchison alongside. In the next row, we find car number 99 of Justin Sick, the 33 car of Michael Clay, the 28 of Kendall Tucker scheduled next, with the 56 car of Taylor James making up row number 5. And shotgun on the field, the number 21 car of James Webb and the number 1 of Christopher Miller scheduled to round out this field. So the call is for 12. I'm not sure we're going to get all 12, but what I can tell you, 5 of these drivers will punch their ticket on into the B main, and then from there it's going to be an 8-car free-for-all to make their way out of the B into the feature event. So a lot of racing left to come. Hope you guys have tuned in or enjoying the show as much as we are bringing it to you. Loving seeing all these guys and gals out there in YouTube and Facebook chat. Welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy Full Velocity TV. Like us if you're out there. Share our link out there. Give all the awareness we can get, guys. It's all about all of us here. It's not just Phil and Todd and the crew at Full Velocity. It's about the guys here at Sim Addicts. It's about all of our fans out there watching. We are here every night for all of you to enjoy. So off of turn number 2, we see the iRacing.com pace truck dive onto pit road, and this one's going to be tense for 12 laps around. Jason Lineweaver, J.D. Sass, they take it off the corner. Green flag going to go in the air. Lineweaver's number 50. He'll be the first to break into turn number 1.
Yeah, Lineweaver in that number 50 machine, like you said there, Phil. Scotty Gronowski in the 0-0 machine.
Go ahead. Yeah, 0-0 is up front. Scotty Grabansky, it was scheduled to be the 50 of Lineweaver, but he did not make the call onto the grid, so I apologize for that, Todd. We had this call for 12, only 9 took the green flag. Grabansky's out front. J.D. Sass in for second, and now that race for third going on between Justin Sick and Dylan Hutchison off of 4.
Yeah, great race going on between Justin Sick and that number 14 of Dylan Hutchison. Great battle going on between those guys. Nice battle for position as we're looking down through here, just looking at the different battles that are going on. Also, J.D. Sassy and Justin Sick having a good battle, second and third. That's a great battle going on between those two gentlemen, too. So we'll see what's going to happen is Scotty up front in that double knot machine, leading the way, leading the charge here in the C-Main.
Sure is. Hitting turn number 1 and 2 now, working lap number 6. So we're going to be halfway home next time he hits that start-finish line. Scotty Grabansky trying to grab the C-Main win aboard car number 00 in for second as you see them off the corner. J.D. Sass in the 022, Justin Sick, Dylan Hutchison. Michael Clay was up in the 4th and 5th spot there, but he's dropped back now. Christopher Miller aboard the number 1 car. Him and Dustin Hall, the 331, Todd. That is a great race for that final transfer.
Yeah, and that one car had some pretty bad heat racing action there. Was upside down on his lid. They got it back together. That Driven sponsored machine here tonight. Also one of the sponsors here is Sim Addicts Racing. So right now, holding on to that 5th spot. He's trying to get up there into the transfer positions. I believe they're taking the top 4 here to the B main. As the number 1 right now on the outside looking in. Dustin Hall right now running in that 6th spot in the 331 machine. But great battle going on there. That's about the best battle we have on the speedway right now, Phil.
It really is, and that is for that final transfer spot between Christopher Miller's 1 car, Dustin Hall in the 331. It's a pretty good race up front, but nothing too dramatic there. Grabansky holding on to the lead there over J.D. Sass, Justin Sick, Dylan Hutchison a comfortable 4th. That race will transfer spot definitely the best on the speedway between Miller and Hall. Miller currently holding on and off the corner this time. He's got white flag on the speedway for our race leaders in a 3 and 4. So off of the corner, looks like Scotty Grabansky going to easily pick up the win over J.D. Sass. Justin Sick going to be in for 3rd. 4th going to be Dylan Hutchison in the 14. And the number 1 car of Christopher Miller, he's going to grab that final transfer spot here in the C main. So put those 5 drivers on into the B, and we got, a field of cars waiting in the B, Todd, which I believe is going to be 13 cars going to take to the green and 12 more laps around. Top 8 will transfer on. It's their last chance to make the dream happen.
Definitely their last chance, Phil, and they're going to go away like this in the B main. 12 laps will be the distance. Starting on the pole, driving the number 25, that's Jeremy Freeman. His dance part of the outside, driving the 44, that's Charles Silvis Jr. Inside row number 3, starting in that third starting position, that is going to be the number 60 of Kyle Pearson. And his data spread outside the 115. That's Jed Barton aboard the 115 machine, starting 4th. Rolling off in that 5th position, that will be the number 515 machine of Chris Cox. Chris Cox aboard the number 515. And outside of him will be Jonathan Smith aboard the number 23. Start rolling off in that 7th position, driving the 224, that's Andrew Hawkins. Hawkins in the 224, and his dance part of the outside, driving the number 54, that's Mitch Stiles. Stiles aboard the number 54. Inside row number 5, that's Scotty Grabansky in the 00 machine, and outside of him is the 022, that's JD Sassy. Next row back, starting at 11th, that'll be Justin Sick aboard the number 99. Dylan Hutchinson in the 14 rolls off 12th. And rolling off 13th on the field, that is Christopher Miller aboard the number 1 machine.
There you have it, fellas. 13 drivers on the racetrack. Top 8 will race on into the main event. 50 laps the distance of that A main tonight, so you'll want to get there. If you're running for points, you look up front, you find guys like Jeremy Freeman, Charles Silvas. That's a very solid front row. Row number 2 there, Kyle Pearson, Jed Barton, Chris Cox, Jonathan Smith, really floated. First 3 rows, the iRacing.com pace truck surrenders for cover onto pit road, and off of 3 and 4. We'll see green flag in the air, green coming out to the speedway. We are racing here in our 12th lap B main. Jeremy Freeman going to lead the field off of turn number 2.
And Jeremy Freeman leading the field there. That iRacing iFlag sponsor number 25 machine. Jeremy Freeman, I used to call him B&M Chevy. He was a teammate of mine back in the day, back a long time ago in rat bag games. So in second right now is the number 44 of Charles Silvas. Silvas right now trying to track down Jeremy Freeman. They're aboard the number 25 machine. Mitch Stiles running third in the 54, and Chris Cox right now rounds out your top 4. He is in that 515 machine. So these guys trying to fight tooth and nail here to go to the A main here on Full Velocity TV. Pro late model action here, Addicts Racing League.
And what we missed there, Todd, there was a contact there for third on back within the corner about 2 laps ago into 1 and 2, and that really turned it upside down. The top 2 able to run away there, that being, Jeremy Freeman, Charles Silvas. But third on back is where the big scramble happened, and Mitch Stiles came out of it clean with Chris Cox, JD Sass, Kyle Pearson now running back in 6th. Andrew Hawkins and Jonathan Smith, they're running in the transfer spots. It was guys like Justin Sick who got caught up in that contact, and looks like it also may have taken, was that Grabansky back there as well. So those guys got stacked up third on back. So there's a good fight going on. 8 into the main event. Right now, all those guys kind of sorted out single file all around the speedway.
Yeah, just watching a nice battle going on between 3rd and 4th, but I had to switch back to the lead as Jeremy Freeman holds on to it. But I tell you what, the 44 machine has been all over the number 25 of Jeremy Freeman, Silvas Jr. And that 44 machine, he was down on the bottom, made a little bit of love, a little bit of contact to the outside wall there, and that was able to allow Jeremy Freeman to get back in charge. But Freeman now pounding the outside wall there, Phil. And man, the 44 letting her eat down on the bottom, catfishing it in the 44. Can he make it stick? No, he cannot. There as we get 3 laps to go.
3 more trips around. And what I know of Kokomo, the few times I have been here, always seems to be top side, always works, and even bouncing off the wall sometimes doesn't really hurt the car too much. So off the corner, Jeremy Freeman now going to take 2 laps to go from the starter. 2 more trips around for car 25. Charles Silvas there for second. Good racing going on. Third on back, we got Mitch Stiles back there, Chris Cox, JD Sass, currently the top 5. White flag, and I go on the speedway one more time around for this good battle for the lead between Jeremy Freeman and Charles Silvas Jr. into turn number 3. Silvas going to drive that 44 down to the low side. Drag race off the corner. Oh, that's almost too close to call there at the line. Give the win to Jeremy Freeman. 0.068 over Charles Silvas. Mitch Stiles going to get 3rd. Chris Cox in for 4th. 5th, J.D. Sass. Kyle Pearson for 6th. Justin 6th, 7th. And a final transfer spot going to Jonathan Smith aboard car number 23. He'll finish up 8th. Andrew Hawkins 9th. Dylan Hudson 10th. Chris Miller 11th. Scotty Grabowski 12th. And Jed Barton was 13th. I don't think he made the call. So that's to the B main, Todd. We have our feature event set. I believe that's 20 cars for our A main. 50 laps coming up here just after a brief little 5-minute warm-up.
Yeah, definitely. As we're going to go over the point standings here for the Pro Late Model Division, they're going to come up on your screen. Jarrett Murphy right now is a 183, a 9-point lead over Trevor Bitterling, and then Joshua Hessen in the number Joshua Hessen out there is only 10 points back with 173. Troy Stuckwich and J.D. Brown round out your top 5. Those guys about 30 points back. So there's some great battles going on throughout the point standings as they sit right now, Phil. It's great to see these guys out there. Points racing, only 60 points separating 1 through 10. So there's still a lot of the season left to go here. So anybody's championship, it could be anybody's championship right now. Jarrett Murphy out there too, Phil. So we'll see if Jarrett Murphy can hold on to the points lead.
Well, I don't think we see Jarrett out here in the field here tonight, so he's not here, so he may not hold on to the point lead. But, hey, race fans, are you an owner of a mid-capital business? Have you thought about capital partner or even selling your business? The Baker Group M&A Consultants have over 30 years of experience in serving clients with no upfront or retainer fees whatsoever. They're only paid once the deal is complete. This is an excellent opportunity to find out what your business is worth, and it truly doesn't cost you a dime up front to do so. So give the Baker Group a call today at 913-451-2900. Once again, that's 913-451-2900. And thank the Baker Group for sponsoring Sim Addicts Racing, and ask for Clayton Stiver for more information. Check out the Baker Group M&A Consultants now. So here tonight, going to thank all those guys at Baker Group, all the great sponsors at Sim Addicts. We're ready to go here for an awesome 50-lap A-Main here live on Full Velocity TV. So why don't we say, Todd, before we get this main event started, let's throw this thing trackside. Let's pay honor and homage to this great country, the United States of America, and the playing of our national anthem. And there you have it, the national anthem getting us started here tonight over at Sim Addicts. We are through our heat races. We are through our qualification rounds and, knockout qualifiers and whatnot, and ready to go here for a 50-lap feature event for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series run here every Tuesday night. You can expect Full Velocity TV to be right here every Tuesday, and of course back here every Friday night with these guys as well with a 360 Sprint Car Series. A lot of fun. This is something we enjoy really doing out here. Cool to go over Sim Addicts for the first time. Got to thank all of our great sponsors here at Full Velocity TV. Got to thank the likes of, say, Brendan Spadafora over at SpadaforaFirearms.com. If you're looking to purchase a weapon, maybe expand on an existing weapon, want a nice new gun, get a hold of Brendan now, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Look him up, and also a plug for Brendan. Check out Full Throttle with the Gent on YouTube. Check him out. Good little podcast. A lot of NASCAR news every week. Really cool stuff he's doing there as well. So get a hold of Brendan, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Also got to thank Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag. If you want some great-looking telemetry, good riddance, or a great addition to your sim racing rig, check out iRacing iFlag, iRacingIFlag.com. Also, a shout out to Jim Revis over at Evil One Graphics. Some of the best car wraps we've seen out there in iRacing. Evil One Graphics are not only good, they are evil. Also, shout out to our buddy, old Big Country, Jamison Colbridge, over at CNC Race Designs. Be a part of Team CCRD. What a great new custom wrap from Jamison's paint shop. Look the best in show while winning all the dough. CNC Race Designs. Hell yeah. Also, a big shout out to the guys over at DirtSeries.com. We saw them on the airwaves at the Chili Bowl last night. We'll be back there next Thursday night for the finale of the Chili Bowl Nationals over there. Mitch and some of the docket next Thursday night. Check those guys out. Open for all to sign up. Dirt-Series.com. Also, got to thank the guys over Tyler Blankenship at Hannibal Record Service. Does a lot of great things for us behind the scenes as well. All his contributions. Check him out, Hannibal Record Service, and call up Tyler and tell him thank you for sponsoring Full Velocity TV 50-lap feature event on tap for the Sim Addicts Racing League. What do you think, Todd? It's starting a lot of time.
And starting on the pole here, Limeland, the 360 Pro late models here, Sim Addicts Racing, and it's not Limeland, it's Kokomo, excuse me. Man, same kind of small track. Hayden Cardwell starting on the pole in the 07. It's his brother outside, driving the 118, that's Joshua Hessen.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 111 is Russell Stellings, the 269 of James Grace alongside.
Next row back, starting in the 5th starting position, that's the 442, that's Jordan Casey. And his dad's the brother outside, driving the number 30 machine, that's J.D. Brown.
Row number 4 on the inside, we find car number 27 of Tim Christensen. And alongside of the 129, that is Curtis Uphoff. Rounding out our field, we have the 97 car of David Sutton. Trevor Biddling of the 225, rounding out our top 10 in row number 6. Car number 24 is Troy Stuckwish, 18 of Bo DeYoung. We go green here with the round of the back of the field. We got Jeremy Freeman, Charles Silva, Mitch Stiles, Chris Cox, J.D. Sass, Kyle Pearson, Justin Sick, Jonathan Smith. Our 20 cars here at Kokomo. We are under green, and right away here on lap number 2, caution flag going to come out on the speedway. It is a tough, quick, tight little racetrack here in Kokomo. Yellow flag right away out on the speedway, and I think, Todd, right away I can call out, I believe the 97 car of David Sutton maybe got the short end of this one.
Definitely it was a number 97 of David Sutton as he was down on the bottom, and guess what, Phil? Pesky Uke Tire takes him out down to the infield. So that's he was all by himself, but the Uke Tire won there and took him down to the infield, Phil.
All right. We're going to call it here. We're doing it all week, doing it for the next couple of weeks. We'll do this forever. Phil is on an anti-Uke Tire revolution. Join it with me. Uke Tires have no place. They do nothing like you saw right there. Old David gets around by himself. Car gets stuck. Caution comes out. Put some grass down there. You don't want them down there. Put some grass. Put a wall there. Walls work. Uke Tires do not. Grass works. Uke Tires do not. Rid of them now. Join the Phil revolution here on Full Velocity TV. And the Uke Tire off of turn number 4. Green flag going back in the air. Hayden Cardwell and Joshua Hessen taking off the corner. Hayden going to pull that thing out, Todd, to 3 car lengths in turn number 1 and 2, or through 3 and 4. But right away, yellow flag coming back to the racetrack. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the second time on lap number 6. And I don't have the first score to give you a call here to even steer you. Oh, there we go. I think I may have found him. I believe it's James Grace of a 269. Hopefully not a fall from Grace.
Yeah, definitely James Grace here, the 269. He gets sideways, hits the wall. He has a little bit of help going around. The 442 of Jordan Casey, and the 44 of Charles Silvas Jr. drives right underneath the 269 machine, and it looked like he had a plow on the front of that thing. After the yellow was already out, he was already making contact. He had nowhere to go. But the initial contact between James Grace and Jordan Casey, that's what brings Grace around.
Yep, sure is. Goes around and, sucks for him. Back to the rear of the field now. Have to restart 19th in a really good race car. And not a lot time to do it here. Working lap for 8, second yellow flag of the night. Looking like this time off turn number 4. We'll go back to green flag racing with Hayden Cardwell, Joshua Hessen, Russell Sellings, J.D. Brown, Jordan Casey, your top 5. We're back to green at Kokomo.
Back to green flag racing. Hayden Cardwell leading the charge down here to turn number 1. We are on lap 9 of 50 here at the Kokomo Speedway. The 118 machine still running in that second spot. Joshua Hessen. Third right now is the number 30 of J.D. Brown. Brown trying to get around Hessen here. Hessen trying to make love to the wall on the outside. And he's doing so rather uniquely there, Phil, as he's able to keep it going. It almost reminds me like EA Sports. Remember where you could hit the wall there with a controller and keep on going, and it seems to be faster that way. So it almost reminded me of that old game that I used to play. I can't remember what that was. Was it Dirt to Daytona where I was hitting the wall going that fast? I can't remember.
Yeah, it sure was, but we have yellow flag for the third time on the racetrack, and I think this one may have got Mitch Stiles on the 54, Chris Cox on the 515. Contact there for those guys going around in turn number 1 and 2. Todd, take us back through it. I'm keeping you busy for the first dozen laps.
Yeah, the 515 and the 25 made contact, and we got a parking lot over there in the corner. Doesn't look like a lot of damage to these cars, Phil, but there was a parking lot over there. And the worst end of it goes to the 515 machine.
Sure does. So the call from race control here, single file restarts. The rest of the night already now on lap number 13 for the third yellow flag of the evening. I think that may be a good idea if we want to promote some green flag racing here. So it looks like this time off of turn number 4, lights will go out atop the iRacing.com pace truck that Chevy Silverado, and we'll put this field back under green with Hayden Cardwell back up front. He was fast here all night long. Tonight's quick qualifier 1 is qualifying race, heat race number 1, and of course going to take this field back from the poles. Led every lap so far, but not much green to speak of. Off of turn number 4, he goes back to the throttle pedal. We're green flag racing at turn number 1.
Yeah, Hayden Cardwell again to the lead here in the 07 machine as he's been fast all evening long, setting quick time here, winning his heat race. And now large and in charge out here with the lead here, Kokomo. And now diving down into the corner. Hopefully we can stay green flag racing. Here's the number 30 machine of J.D. Brown running in that second spot. Now Russell Snellings for 3. The 118 has dropped all the way back to that 4th spot. Phil, I almost think the contact with the wall was a little bit too much that time. The 27 right now of Tim Christensen running outside, or running in the 5th position.
Yeah, Josh was out there with the wall, and I think they kind of surpassed the honeymoon stage at that point. He was really tapping that thing really good. The 118 now back to the 4th spot, 5th on back. We currently find the likes of Tim Christensen back there, Jordan Casey 6th, Trevor Biddling, Bo DeYoung, Curtis Uphoff, Charles Silvers Jr. round out our top 10. All chasing Hayden Cardwell up front, who's starting to ride away from a 30 car of J.D. Brown. And J.D. has a really good piece here tonight, but Hayden's in another zip code.
Yeah, Hayden definitely in another zip code as we're looking at lap times from Hayden Cardwell. And Cardwell right now is 12.587. J.D. Brown's a tick quicker now, Phil. So it looks like he's starting to make that left front pick up off the ground, that number 30 machine. So we'll see if J.D. Brown has anything for him. As that time by, it was actually quite a bit quicker there with that number 30 machine. 12.567 to a 12.720. But a lot of lap traffic there. Hayden Cardwell makes a mistake. Here comes the 30 of J.D. Brown down to the inside. Side by side battle for the top spot there. As right now the 07 to Hayden Cardwell. Oh man, he's able to take over the lead. And contact over there right there in front of the leaders. I think he hit the gap, didn't he, Phil?
Did. Cars in the outside wall. Couldn't tell who it was. It was definitely a red car, and he was up in the opening of the wall, and he was absolutely stuck. He looks like me out there on the dirt. That was not a good thing at all. Not a good scene. I couldn't tell who the red car. I think it may have been Chris Cox of the 515 that was stuck up there in the guardrail in turn number 1 and 2. Right in the edge of turn number 1, Todd. That was a scary ride. I think he was just trying to stay out of the way of the leaders and just kind of maybe got, I don't know, can't even call overzealous. Probably got a little bit spooked.
And just watching Chris Cox here live on the screen, and that was who got stuck there. He's trying to get it out of there, Phil, but he's going to have to call the tow truck as he's stuck right inside the catch fence there. And he tried to miss it. The tire barrier was there right before the wall, eliminating a little bit of the blow to that wall, as that wall could have been nastier than it could have with the tires on there, Phil, tonight. I can't even English tonight. Woof!
No, we both can't English. You know, I'm kind of staggered by the hit to the wall. I just can't. Walls work. You want to know why we get rid of Uke tires? Look at that wall, Andy Margot. The wall right there, it did its job. It kept the car in the park, kept him where he was. Hopefully the driver is okay, but Uke tire wasn't going to fare any better at all. Off of turn number 4, green flag going to go back in the air. Hayden Cardwell, J.D. Brown, Russell Snellings, Jordan Casey, and Joshua Hessen. That's your current top 5 down at turn number 3.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job, as you can see them up on the screen. That is your current top 5 after 26 laps. Cardwell, Brown, Snellings, Casey, and Hessen. And a fantastic job so far here for these guys trying to stay out of the wrecks here And the wrecks happen so quick here at Kokomo. You don't know what's going to be up and what's going to be down and where you're going to go. You just got to decide at the last minute, and they happen in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, a good little race going on back there. I think that's for the 4 spot. I think it's Jordan Casey's car back there himself, and I think Russell Snelling's back there. Those guys having a hell of a race going on for 3rd, 4th on back. Jordan in the 442, Stelling's in that white 111 car. Good race out there, Todd. Best race of the Speedway there for 3rd. Now caution flag once again out to the Speedway. Is it time to page Dr. Green yet here in Kokomo? I believe this is caution flag number 5 on lap now 31. We're under 20 laps remaining. We just can't seem to get rid of this yellow fever here this evening.
Definitely Phil can't get rid of the yellow fever. We're looking to see who it was, and I almost think it was James Grace. Nope, it's going to be the number 25 of Jeremy Freeman. Freeman was around there, and it all started though with wow. We're gonna show this. Charles Silvis Jr. in the 44 machine makes contact there with the 24. 25 makes contact with Silvis, and the 44 goes for a ride. Barrel rolling down the down to the infield there in the 44 machine, and then he gets back on his all fours and keeps it going. Good job by Charles Silvis Jr. and Jeremy Freeman to keep it going.
And he sticks the landing. Right there. That looks like Freeman and Silvis making some contact there. Charles got the worst of that one, but looks like that car going to roll on, be no worse for the wear. If he hit one of those silly tires, Todd, he probably would have been stuck. But tough break for both of those guys. You know, Freeman was out here having a good night. Charles had a good fast race car. Both guys were up in the top 10, so that may run a really good night for those guys, as now they're going to have to be relegated from outside the top 15 and at least one lap down to the field. So really a tough break for those guys. Up front here on lap number 34, Hayden Cardwell, J.D. Brown, Jordan Casey, Joshua Hessen, Russell Stellings now is running back in 5th with Trevor Biddling, Tim Christensen, Bo DeYoung, Troy Stuckwish, Kyle Pearson, your current top 10. We're back to green.
And back to green flag racing, and the intervals going live up on the screen, I do believe, is I'm trying to get it to work up here, but the intervals right now struggling to get to work. So we're going to work on that, a little part of the widget at least, as these guys still racing hot and heavy here for the lead. And contact made, and around goes the leader, Hayden Cardwell, around in the 07 machine off the bumper, the number 30 of J.D. Brown.
Yeah, it was almost, I don't know if that was a little braking too early or an old-fashioned, I got on the brakes too late, or just a go punt. But, yeah, Hayden Cardwell definitely got turned around right there. And looks like he may be given the EOLL penalty for the wreck, so they may deem that he stopped too quick in the 30 car, may have gotten to him too fast. So looks like Hayden Cardwell definitely going to go to the rear of the field here as of right now. J.D. Brown going to be scored the race leader with Jordan Casey now up to 2nd. Josh Henson now in 3rd. Russell Stellingsworth. Trevor Biddling, that 225 car. Trevor's had a really solid night. Haven't talked nearly enough about Trevor, but he's up there running in a solid top 5. And the way this race is looking, if we have any more shenanigans and hiccups up front, that 5th place spot may not be a bad place to make a run for the win. We'll have to wait and see. We're at lap 39, about probably a 10-lap shootout from here, Todd, to the finish.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see what's going to happen, as J.D. Brown was a little bit quicker than Hayden Cardwell. Tough break for Hayden Cardwell. Now 07 machine restocked to repack. Green flag back in the air. Flashing by the start-finish line will allow it to go here in the feature event. So we have great racing still left to go here on Full Velocity TV. Hope you guys all like the new widgets out here. The whole new look here on Full Velocity TV. We're going to keep improving it here throughout the whole week. Thank you guys for tuning in here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you like Facebook and like YouTube. We got to get some more fans to the YouTube page and Twitch for that matter. So guys, if you like Facebook, go like Twitch, go like the YouTube pages too. But the number 30 continues to lead this one. J.D. Brown, Jordan Casey running for 2. Jordan Hessen running in that 3rd spot in the 118 machine. The 111 of Russell Snelling is running 4th, and the Trevor Bitterling, number 225, is running 5th.
Yeah, up front, J.D. Brown starting to put some distance on the field, and car number 30 leading Jordan Casey by 6 car lengths here through 3 and 4. Jordan going to hold on for 2nd there. In 3rd place running car number 118. Joshua Hessen there running in 3rd. Snelling's back there in 4th. And then Biddling, as you said, having a really solid run there. That 225 running in 5th. But off of the corner, J.D. Brown going to complete lap number 44. So we're about 5 laps to go next time by. J.D. Brown, if with no lap traffic currently in front, Todd, may have open racetrack here to dig at this thing for the remaining of the 5 laps of this race.
Yeah, definitely is. J.D. Brown just rather quick here tonight and just holding on to the top spot there, Phil. Jordan Casey right now a little bit off the pace from the number 30 machine, the 442 of Jordan Casey running in that second spot. Joshua Heston in the 118 machine running in third. He's been solid all evening long, running inside the top three pretty much all evening is in the 118 machine, and he's right up there in points. Russell Snelling's running in that fourth spot, but J.D. Brown has been large in the charge here in the later portions of the event. And look at that Evil One Graphics sponsored machine. You can see it all over the hood on the number 30. Yellow flag's going to fly, Phil. I believe that's going to be the end of this one, as the yellow flags continue to fly here at Kokomo. And it's unfortunate here tonight. They had some great racing going on, 5 or 6 lap burst, but the yellow flag seemed like the iRacing.com pace truck won this one.
Yeah, he might have, but that was the yellow flag and 2 to go. So next time by with the yellow flag in hand, the white flag will come out on the field for car number 30 of J.D. Brown. So, yeah, this one unfortunately looks like it's going to end under yellow. There is that white and the yellow flag for the 30 car. Jordan Casey looks like unofficially going to be in that second spot. Joshua Hess in third. Russell Snelling's fourth. Trevor Biddling fifth. Tim Christensen, the number 27 car, is sixth. Bodie Young is seventh. The 24 of Troy Stuckwish running eighth. Jonathan Smith ninth. And Mitch Stiles having a good solid run tonight. Looks like Mitch will unofficially get a top 10 run, but caution is going to be that way. This one's going to end tonight off of turn number 4. The checkered flag over car number 30. J.D. Brown's going to win the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model race here in Kokomo. Jordan Casey going to finish up in second. Russell Snelling's going to finish up third. So good run for all these guys tonight here, Todd, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, we go down to victory lane here. We'll talk to our top 3, of course. We do know in victory lane it's going to be car number 30 of J.D. Brown.
As we're going to sit here and toggle through the results, up there live on your screen, just showing you who finished where here tonight. And what a fantastic race at Kokomo. The 30 of J.D. Brown taking down the victory here tonight. And it was a good race, though, between the number 30 and the 07 of Hayden Cardwell. Just, short track racing at its finest here. As we're going to try to make our way on over the Sim Addicts Racing Discord and get some interviews with the top 3.
Back here live on Full Velocity TV for the post-race show here for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series here at Kokomo Speedway. Of course, J.D. Brown will end up in victory lane here tonight, but we'll run down here trackside and talk to our second and third place finishers first. And first up on the docket, car number 118, Josh Hessen here tonight. Josh had a really good solid run of the race car. Just didn't seem like we had enough green flag laps for that good setup you had for this thing to come to life.
Yeah, it was a lot of cautions tonight. Normally, Sim Addicts isn't like that, but it's a really good series to run.
No, we know it's a good series. It's a tough little racetrack. You come to Kokomo, it's a quarter mile. It's tough sledding. Always seems to go topside dominant. You put some of the best and hungriest race car drivers out there, even the best of the best. This racetrack's tough to race on regardless and not have a lot of yellow flags. So nothing to beat yourselves up over, of course, but a good solid third place run. And you were surrounded by traffic all night long. How did your car?
My car was real good. I actually ran my Lima Land setup. Yeah, Kokomo is like an hour and a half from the house. We run here a lot in the modifieds, but it's just a different animal.
It's a different beast to tame, absolutely, this little tight quarter mile. Well, Josh, awesome to have you here for, I believe, the first time on Full Velocity TV. First time I've certainly got to meet you. So great to have you aboard, as we always do here. We're on our top three finishes. We are live, of course, on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch TV. So anybody out there you want to thank, friends, family, or sponsors, the floor is all yours there, bud. Take it away.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank Team HRT. They really set everything up for me. Didn't even know anything about iRacing, and they hooked it all up with computers and monitors and setups, and it's been a great run since November. That's all I got.
All right. Well, there you have it. I need to call those guys. They need a good setup, too. Josh Hessen aboard car number 118. Going to finish up third here tonight. We'll take a short walk down here and see a face we haven't seen here in a little while on Full Velocity, and that's the driver of car number 4042, Jordan Casey, finishing up second. Jordan, you had to pass a couple of cars tonight. You were all back in that Hornet's Nest racing hard. Tell us about your race back there, coming from, I believe it was 10, or from third up to that second spot.
It was a little while back there, a lot of cautions, and I don't think I had anything for JD or Hayden. I know they got into it a little bit. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I don't think I had anything for them. Just top three car. I was a little too loose.
Well, a little bit too loose, but on a place like this where it always seems to be pushing up to a top lane of the racetrack, you would naturally think you got to set these cars up loose. And I'm not sure if you set up any tighter, how would that have made your progress, go a little better? Give you a little more forward driver. How do you think a tighter car would have saved you here on this little tight race?
I think it would have helped me on entry a lot more, hitting the cushion rather than sliding into it in 1 and 2 there. And then, it helped me in 3 and 4 getting that runoff. But that's about it. I think a little bit tighter would have been better.
Well, you pick up a good, solid second place finish. That's a good point if I know winning at a tough racetrack like this, Jordan. So congratulations for that. As we did to Josh, we're here live tonight, Full Velocity, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. I'm going to toss you the mic. Take it away and thank whoever you'd like to thank here.
Just 06 Motorsports. It's a pretty cool deal. They're all a bunch of cool guys. Kendall and Blake. Thanks for letting me be a part of the team, and Super Moon Graphics, Jim Emery, and that's about it.
All right, folks, there you have it. Driver of car number 442, Jordan Casey, going to finish up second here tonight. And I'm going to take this little trip over the wall and walk down here toward Victory Lane. And there is quite a crowd down here, and I see a couple of familiar faces over here. I think I see Jim from Eva 1 over here in the pit area. We get down here to talk to car number 30, J.D. Brown of Victory Lane. God, brother, you had a really good fast race car tonight. You and Hayden Cardwell had a really good spirited race up there. I'm sure you hated to get in the back of them. But, hey, sometimes it happens on a short track, and a win's a win. You take them however you can get them. Tell us about that run here this evening.
So, yeah, the car was great, right? Or tonight it was just me and Hayden, or I knew it had a good battle, and accidentally he was trying to run that cut line in 3 and 4, which works. Just wasn't really expecting it too much, and just accidentally got into him. Sucks to be a teammate as well. But overall, good run. Happy to get another first place here at Addicts.
Pretty tough little race league we got in my first week of being exposed to these guys. There's a lot of really good race car drivers over here. The Pro Late models and the 360 as well. It's got to feel good to win in the league. It's really surrounded with a great talent like they have over here.
Oh, yeah. I always know it's going to be tough. No, it doesn't matter who's going to be racing. It's always going to be someone that's going to be competitive in this league. It's hard to get a win in this. It's difficult.
Well, a win is a win is a win. They're hard to get. You savor them when you get them, JD. You pick up another one over here at Sim Addicts. I'm sure you got a lot of people out there watching, supporting you, and a lot of people you want to thank along the way. So the mic is all yours, my friend. Take it away and give those all a shot.
Yeah, I want to thank H&O Automotive, SAP Performance, Evil Graphics, Napa Auto Parts, and everyone at Bad Racing that helps me out, and just everyone out there. We've been running really good recently, so yeah.
Yeah, those bad guys, they're not bad. They running really good here, seriously, recently. J.D. Brown aboard car number 30, tonight's big winner here in Kokomo, and what a tremendous night for these guys. Sim Addicts taught a tough little racetrack, but this one was fun. J.D. Brown, tonight's big winner here in Victory.
Definitely was a fantastic race here tonight, Phil, and a great race to be had by all here tonight. Is J.D. Brown picking up the victory here in that number 30 machine. I cannot believe what kind of racing we've seen here at Kokomo. We've seen 2 wide. We almost seen 3 wide at times there, Phil. But the yellow flags plagued us here tonight. But that's the story of Kokomo, or even Lamaland for that matter. This is a really tough joint to get around, and it starts slicking off. It makes it even that more tougher.
No, but these guys are up on the wheel tonight. It was solid racing indeed. A little more yellow, I think everybody would have wanted. But, hey, it's Kokomo. I think we've all kind of come to expect that at this point. So, hey, it is what it is. It was a great time. Got to thank all the guys, Jeremy and the whole gang over here at Sim Addicts. A lot of fun to come be a part of this group. Excited to be back here for Friday night's 360 Sprint Car Series race. Gonna be great here. Tomorrow night, we're back on the airwaves live over for a really special event. Season 4 finale for the guys over at DWR. Wednesday night street fights, 100-lap feature event at Lanier, 9 o'clock tomorrow night live on Full Velocity TV. That is going to be a hot one. I believe coming up here on Sunday night, Thursday night rather. Thursday night, we're back over to visit our friend Mike Massey, and our first trip back over to the ASRA, now newly coined name, was ASTA, now the ASRA. I believe we have action there coming up here later Thursday night, so look out for all the links and information there. And then Friday night, we got Full Velocity TV, Friday Night Lights, Hard Motorsports, Rocky Top 305 Sprint Cars Championship night over there, 7:30 p.m. on Friday, and going to be settled out on Sunday or Saturday, later Friday night with right here, the 360 Sprint Cars over here at the Sim Addicts. So just part of what is going to be a busy week here of Full Velocity TV. Thank you all out there for watching here this evening. Got to thank our graphics guy, Martin Karch, Jack Truman, who has stepped in a big way this week on the controls. Got to thank Josh Smith for all his contributions backstage. And also, I got to thank Charles Wooten for his help here with the awesome layout. Thanks to him for making this all available to us to come to life. Got to thank Ron Piles, Roddy Wainscott, co-broadcasters here, and my brother Todd, who's put all of us work in this week to put this thing to life. Phil LeCast here, going to sign off tonight from Full Velocity TV. We'll see you back here tomorrow night from Lanier National Speedway. Have a good evening.
Good night.